Did you hear? Queen Camilla was furious when she saw Catherine, Princess of Wales, wearing a royal tiara. This wasn't just any tiara, it's one of the most famous and coveted crowns in royal history. Everyone thought it would stay with Camilla, but Catherine wearing it? That's sparking a royal drama no one saw coming. Why would the Princess of Wales wear it? And why did Camilla react so strongly? Let's dive into this royal mystery, crafted in 1930. The Spencer tiara is one of the most famous and prestigious pieces of royal jewelry in history. It's not just any tiara, it's a symbol of legacy, family pride, and a key piece of history that has been passed down for generations. Created in 1930, the tiara has become a shining example of the Spencer family's wealth, heritage, and aristocratic standing. But it didn't stay within the family in the background. It became internationally renowned after Princess Diana wore it during her wedding to Prince Charles in 1981. This royal moment helped solidify the tiara as not only an important family heirloom, but a piece that connected the past to the present. The story of the Spencer tiara begins in 1930 when it was created using family jewels from the Spencer estate. It wasn't just thrown together as a piece of luxury. It was designed with care to be worn by the women in the Spencer family, specifically for their weddings. Each time it was worn, it was a statement of continuity, symbolizing the importance of the Spencer family's place in British aristocracy. The tiara itself was made of diamonds, set in an intricate design that sparkles brightly but elegantly. Nothing too flashy, but still a masterpiece. For decades, the tiara remained a private family treasure, held carefully at the Spencer family's estate, Althorp, which is also the childhood home of Princess Diana. It wasn't part of the official crown jewels, which made it even more unique. Unlike other royal pieces that were passed down to the monarchs, the Spencer tiara remained in the Spencer family, guarded and worn during significant family events, mostly weddings. It wasn't until Diana in 1981 that the world truly saw the tiara in the spotlight. As Diana walked down the aisle to marry Prince Charles, she wore the tiara, making it instantly recognizable. That moment marked a shift. The Spencer tiara became known worldwide, not just as a family heirloom, but as a part of Diana's own royal legacy. It was no longer just a piece of jewelry, but a symbol of Diana's grace, beauty, and her connection to the Spencer family. What makes the Spencer tiara stand out is that it is more than just a piece of jewelry. It is a symbol of the Spencer family's long-standing tradition. Unlike many royal jewels, which are passed down through the monarchy and become part of the official collection, the Spencer tiara has stayed in the Spencer family, preserved as part of their history. For every Spencer woman who wore it, the tiara was not just an accessory, it was an emblem of continuity, tradition, and pride in their heritage. Since the tiara is not part of the royal collection, it hasn't been subject to the same formal protocols that govern other royal jewels. Instead, it's been a personal piece of history for the Spencer family, passed from generation to generation. This level of personal connection is what makes the tiara so much more than just a shiny headpiece. It's tied to memories of weddings, celebrations, and important family milestones. For the Spencer family, it's a reminder of the past, the women who wore it before, and the legacy they left behind. The tiara's association with Diana only deepened its significance. As Diana became a global icon, the tiara became tied to her image, symbolizing not just royal grandeur but also the charm and compassion that she embodied. Even after her death, the Spencer tiara continued to be a symbol of Diana's legacy. It became a piece that people associated with her beauty, her royal role, and her immense impact on the world. The tiara wasn't just an item of jewelry. It was a piece of Diana's story that had been carried through time. Looking ahead, the Spencer tiara is set to pass to Princess Charlotte, the daughter of Prince William and Catherine, Duchess of Cambridge. Charlotte is Diana's only granddaughter, and this makes her the natural heir to the tiara. Her inheritance of the tiara is not just a ceremonial act, it's a significant moment in the royal family's ongoing story. This transfer from one generation to the next is more than just a passing of a piece of jewelry. It's about keeping Diana's memory alive and connecting the next generation of royals with their past. Charlotte, who is still young at the age of 8, will one day inherit this iconic piece and wear it at major royal events. The tiara will become part of her royal wardrobe, and she will continue the tradition of wearing it at important occasions. But what makes this inheritance so special is the way the tiara connects Charlotte to her grandmother, Diana. Diana, who was so beloved by the public, will continue to be part of Charlotte's legacy through the tiara. For Charlotte, wearing the Spencer tiara won't just be about looking beautiful at a royal event. It will be a moment when she steps into a role that honors her grandmother's legacy. The tiara will serve as a reminder of who Diana was and what she meant to the royal family and to the world. It will connect Charlotte to her grandmother in a way that words cannot. It will also be a sign of the continuity of the royal family, showing how the monarchy passes down important symbols, like the tiara, from one generation to the next. Some people argue that the Spencer tiara should stay within the Spencer family and not be passed on to Charlotte, who is part of the royal family through her father, Prince William. However, for many, the fact that Charlotte is Diana's granddaughter makes her the perfect person to inherit the tiara. The tiara is, after all, deeply connected to Diana's legacy. As Charlotte gets older and eventually wears the tiara, she will carry on Diana's memory in a meaningful way. Queen Elizabeth's jewelry legacy. Queen Elizabeth II had a unique relationship with jewelry. It wasn't just about wearing beautiful, expensive pieces. Her jewelry was an important part of her reign. From the crown to the tiara, every piece she wore had a deep connection to both her role as queen and the history of the British monarchy. Jewels like the crown jewels weren't just for decoration. They were symbols of stability. These treasures helped to remind the British people and the world that the monarchy was unchanging, a beacon of tradition in an ever-changing world. Queen Elizabeth was careful in how she chose her jewelry, and each piece had meaning. Whether it was the iconic diamond necklaces, the grand tiaras, or her famous brooches, every item served a purpose. They weren't just there to sparkle. They were a visual representation of the monarchy's power and the Queen's connection to her people. Her jewelry wasn't just admired for its beauty, it was loved by the public because it reminded them of Queen Elizabeth's grace, resilience, and her deep commitment to her role. Through each piece, she was able to maintain a steady presence in the royal family, representing continuity in a changing world. Her jewelry became part of her legacy, and over time, people began to associate her with certain iconic pieces, like the diamond necklace she wore on many official occasions, or the famous imperial state crown she donned during state openings of Parliament. But Queen Elizabeth's jewelry wasn't just about being regal, it was about her bond with the British public. The Queen wore pieces that were often gifts from important figures or gifts from the people, cementing her connection to the nation. Her jewelry, just like her reign, was steady, reliable, and a symbol of the nation's respect for the monarchy. Camilla's journey into the royal spotlight wasn't without its difficulties. When she first became involved with Prince Charles, many people did not view her in a positive light. Her relationship with Charles was controversial, especially because it came after the collapse of his marriage to Princess Diana. At the time, Camilla was often viewed with skepticism, and her role in the royal family wasn't fully understood or accepted. But Camilla didn't let public opinion hold her back. Over time, she began to find her place within the royal family, working alongside Prince Charles on charity work and public engagements. As the years went on, people started to see a different side of Camilla, one that was devoted to her royal duties, kind-hearted, and passionate about making a difference. Despite the rocky start, Camilla's transition from being the Duchess of Cornwall to Queen Consort wasn't a quick or easy one, but it was important. It symbolized not just her deepening role within the royal family, but her ability to handle public scrutiny and rise above the challenges. Her role became more official with time, and when Queen Elizabeth passed, Camilla was given the title of Queen Consort, solidifying her place beside King Charles. Camilla's use of Diana's jewelry. One of the most talked about aspects of Camilla's royal life is her connection to Princess Diana, and particularly her wearing of Diana's jewelry. Over the years, Camilla has worn several pieces that once belonged to Diana, most notably the famous sapphire engagement ring that was originally given to Diana by Prince Charles. The ring, which features a large blue sapphire surrounded by diamonds, is one of the most iconic pieces of royal jewelry in history. It's a symbol of Diana's life and her love story with Prince Charles. While many people admire the beauty and history of these pieces, Camilla's choice to wear them has been met with mixed reactions. For some, seeing Camilla wear Diana's jewels feels like a connection to the past, a way of honoring Diana's memory. After all, Diana was an important part of the royal family's story, and her legacy should be remembered. However, for others, it's much more complicated. Some people view Camilla wearing Diana's jewelry as a reminder of the difficult and controversial history between Diana, Charles, and Camilla. Many still feel that Diana's legacy is too important to be tied to Camilla in this way. The public reaction to Camilla wearing Diana's jewels often brings up questions about loyalty, respect, and the complicated dynamics between the women who were both part of Charles's life. It's not just the sapphire ring. Camilla has worn other pieces of Diana's jewelry too, including the famous pearl necklace Diana wore on several occasions. Each time Camilla wears these items, it sparks conversations, with some royal fans feeling uncomfortable about it. They see it as a sign of Camilla stepping into a space that many feel should still belong to Diana, especially considering Diana's untimely death and the ongoing public affection for her. For Camilla, wearing Diana's jewelry is about finding her place in the royal family and acknowledging the history that has shaped her position. For many others, it's a complex issue that touches on unresolved feelings and the lasting impact of Diana's legacy. As a member of the royal family, Catherine's role is not just about attending events or making speeches, it's about embracing the history and legacy of the monarchy. One of the ways Catherine does this is through her choice of royal jewelry. Jewelry in the royal family is never just about looking good. It's a way to connect with the past and honor the women who wore those pieces before. Catherine has been seen wearing tiaras and necklaces that were passed down from Queen Elizabeth II, Princess Diana, and other royal figures. By wearing these heirlooms, Catherine is paying tribute to the queens, princesses, and women who paved the way for her. For example, when she wore the Cartier halo tiara for her wedding, she wasn't just wearing a beautiful piece of jewelry, she was wearing a piece of history that had been passed down through the royal family. Jewelry like this is a direct link to past monarchs, symbolizing the continuity of the royal family. Catherine understands the importance of this connection. By choosing to wear these royal heirlooms, she honors the work and achievements of past queens and royal women, recognizing their influence and legacy. This helps solidify her role as a modern royal while staying grounded in tradition. One of the most significant pieces of jewelry Catherine has worn is the Spencer tiara. This iconic tiara, which was originally crafted for the Spencer family in 1930, is a symbol of Diana's legacy. It became famous when Princess Diana wore it on her wedding day to Prince Charles in 1981. Since then, the Spencer tiara has been associated with Diana, her poise, and her humanitarian work. Catherine's decision to wear the Spencer tiara is a powerful symbol of her connection to Diana's legacy. Diana's influence on the royal family and the public has never faded, and Catherine's use of the tiara shows how Diana's memory continues to shape the monarchy. For Catherine, the Spencer tiara isn't just an accessory, it's a way to honor Diana, the woman who is such an integral part of the royal family's history. But it's also personal for Catherine. She is married to Prince William, Diana's eldest son, and has the responsibility of continuing her mother-in-law's legacy in a meaningful way. Wearing the Spencer tiara is Catherine's way of acknowledging Diana's lasting impact on both the royal family and the public. It's a tribute to Diana's beauty, strength, and charity work, as well as a subtle way of showing the continuity of the family. By wearing this piece of jewelry, Catherine is embracing Diana's place in royal history, while also marking the next chapter for the family, as Catherine becomes a mother and a future queen consort. Catherine's choice to wear royal heirlooms has not gone unnoticed by the public, and it has helped shape the way people perceive her role in the royal family. She is often praised for her ability to blend the old with the new, using jewelry and fashion to celebrate royal traditions while maintaining a modern and relatable image. Catherine's use of jewelry from past monarchs, such as the Queen Elizabeth II's jewelry, reinforces her connection to the monarchy's rich history and legacy. Catherine's public image has been carefully crafted through her thoughtful fashion choices, and her use of royal heirlooms plays a significant part in this. She is viewed as someone who understands the importance of her role in the royal family and respects the women who came before her. At the same time, Catherine's choices allow her to connect with the public in a way that feels approachable and contemporary. She is modern yet traditional, someone who honors the past but also looks toward the future. Camilla's reaction to Catherine wearing the Spencer tiara. The Spencer tiara has been a part of royal history since 1930 when it was crafted for the Spencer family. It became world famous in 1981 when Princess Diana wore it on her wedding day to Prince Charles. After Diana's tragic passing, the tiara has remained one of the most iconic pieces of royal jewelry, and it's closely linked to Diana's memory. So when Catherine, the Princess of Wales, chose to wear the tiara for her own public appearances, it didn't go unnoticed. It's not just any tiara. It's the one that connects Catherine to Diana, her husband's late mother, whose memory still holds an important place in the hearts of many royal fans. Reports suggest that Queen Camilla, Prince Charles's wife, might have had some issues with Catherine wearing the Spencer tiara. But why would this cause tension? Camilla's position in the royal family has always been under the microscope due to her complex past with Diana. Many people believe that Camilla's relationship with Charles led to the breakdown of his marriage to Diana, which caused a lot of public criticism. So when Camilla sees Catherine wearing the tiara, some think it might feel like a reminder of the years of controversy between her and Diana. However, there is no official confirmation of a fallout between Camilla and Catherine. The royal family is known for being private about internal matters, so much of the conversation around this issue is speculative. Could Camilla have been upset? Maybe, but it's hard to know for sure. To understand why this situation might stir up feelings, we need to look at the history between Camilla, Diana, and Charles. In the 1980s and early 1990s, the world was captivated by the royal love story of Prince Charles and Princess Diana. But behind the scenes, things weren't so picture-perfect. Camilla, who had a long-standing connection with Charles, was often seen as a third party in the royal marriage. Many people blame Camilla for playing a role in the breakdown of Charles and Diana's marriage, especially after Diana's famous interview in 1995, where she said, "There were 3 of us in this marriage, so it was a bit crowded." Diana's words echoed around the world, and the tension between her and Camilla became a focal point of the royal drama. After Diana's tragic death in 1997, Camilla, who had long been in the background of the royal family's story, became more involved. In 2005, she married Prince Charles and became the Duchess of Cornwall. Though she gradually won the public's respect, many people still viewed her as the other woman in the royal love story. The media has played a huge role in amplifying the tension between Camilla, Catherine, and the rest of the royal family. Whenever a royal family member makes a public appearance or wears a piece of jewelry, it doesn't just get reported, it gets analyzed, criticized, and dissected. The Spencer tiara was no exception. When Catherine wore it, it wasn't just about the beauty of the tiara or its connection to Diana's legacy. It became a topic of conversation about royal rivalries, past relationships, and Camilla's role as queen consort. In some ways, the media thrives on royal drama. The public's fascination with the royal family often leads to rumors and speculation, even when the truth isn't clear. If there is any hint of tension, like the one surrounding the Spencer tiara, it's quickly picked up and turned into a story. But how much of this is real? How much of it is just the media creating a story to keep readers interested? Some royal watchers argue that the media has created unnecessary conflict by focusing too much on the past, especially Diana's legacy. They believe that Catherine wearing the Spencer tiara is simply a gesture of respect for Diana's memory, and that the media is blowing things out of proportion. Others, however, think that Camilla's reaction is worth noting, and that there could be more to this situation than meets the eye. If you enjoyed this royal drama, be sure to like and subscribe for more updates on the British royal family. Stay tuned for the latest news, fashion moments, and inside stories.